For over 30 years, our next guest has been photographing rock stars on stage and behind the scenes. And in addition to being the in-house photographer for Fallsview Casino for a number of years, he's also the program coordinator for the photography program at Lambton College in Sarnia, and someone that I call my friend. Glad to have Richard Beland on the show, known to me as Rich.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you on the show. So Rich and I, we go back about 20 years, I guess, and you've always been telling me these stories. So we've kind of whittled the stories down, the PG stories that we could talk about, because there's a whole lot of stories in that mind of yours. We only have a short period of time. I know we have a bunch of pictures that we're going to show as we're talking. You've kind of set out a few of your best, like Neil Peart. From Rush. But do you remember the first concert you ever photographed?
Actually, it's kind of easy to remember because it was 32 years ago yesterday, July 4th in Buffalo. It was Grateful Dead, Bob Dylan, and Tom Petty.
So were you in the crowd, or you actually got a pass to actually?
No, I was in the crowd at that point.
Right.
Because I was always kind of keen on it, so I'd bring my camera. Back then, it was a little easier to just walk in with your camera. So Rich Stadium, 60,000 people or whatever. I brought my camera that day. And
is that when you kind of fell in love with it? Like,
yeah, when I saw those photographs of Jerry Garcia and Bob Dylan and Tom Petty,
right.
I thought, oh, this is something I could do.
Because how do you be a professional photographer? There's kids out there right now, and you're teaching kids at Lambton College in Sarnia this same thing. With this day and age, with iPhones and everybody's taking pictures, how can you make a living as a photographer?
Well, a formal education, I think, is pretty important.
Yeah.
What you need to know, you can't learn on YouTube. You really do need to go to school to figure it out. Motivation is a huge one. A relentless pursuit of the goal. Yeah. If you're going to sit on your couch, it probably isn't coming to you. You have to go out there and find it. But there's a great career out there if you really want to be a photographer.
And why did you choose? I think it's an obvious answer, but why music? Why rock and roll?
Pure obsession with music.
Yeah.
I wanted to be close to music. I wanted to be in the music. I used to look at these magazines when I was a kid, Cream magazine, Rolling Stone, Hit Parader, and I always thought, wow, what a cool job that'd be, you know? And then, seriously, it was an obsession with music, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Rush, when I was a kid, Black Sabbath, all that stuff. A way to be close to it.
How many concerts do you think you shot?
Well, we started tracking them recently, over 2,000. Somewhere below 4,000, so there's a number in there in the middle. So
you have the concerts. You're the in-house photographer at Fallsview too, but then you do a lot of behind-the-scenes shoots and a lot of album shoots, and you got some great stories. So let's start. I love the story about Coldplay, and I know Les is a huge Coldplay fan, so she's gonna like this too. So take us through that day you photographed Coldplay.
Do you have to pick the most embarrassing story?
No, it's the best one though. Of course I do. We're buddies.
Okay, well, it's a little bit of toilet humor, I guess.
Right, nice. Like that.
So just before the shoot started, I went down to the men's room, and I didn't realize at the time, but Chris Martin was also in the men's room. So I was doing my thing at the urinal, as you do, and Chris was doing his thing in the stall, as he does. Anyway, I was singing Yellow, and I was reaching for those high Chris Martin falsettos, which I will not do on TV. But I didn't know he was in the room. So I finished, I went over to the sink, and I was washing my hands, and Chris came out of the stall behind me, and my heart just dropped. And he looked in the mirror, I looked up in the mirror, and he just gave me this wry smile. And
these the pictures? Is that the picture from the shoot after that happened?
The one where he's yelling, that's
right.
The picture, yeah. So.
And where's that taken?
That's at the church on Berkeley in Toronto.
In Toronto.
The one before was done in London, right. England at the rehearsal space.
Nickelback, you've been on tour with Nickelback. We only got 2 minutes, and I want to get to the hip. So quickly get through Nickelback, because you've been on tour with them a lot.
Yeah, I've done loads and loads of work for Nickelback, including their latest album. Great guys, awesome guys to work with.
Why do they get a bad rap?
They get a bad rap?
Well, I don't know. A lot of people, I don't know. No,
yeah. Why ever they've sold over 50 million records. Someone's a fan, and they're great guys. So I don't know why they get a bad rap.
Right.
They shouldn't.
Where's the album cover they've sold like 9 million that you took?
19 million.
So 19 million.
All the right reasons. Those are all my photographs in there. So 19. Yeah, it's definitely a pinnacle of my career.
What's your connection with the hip?
Professional.
Yeah.
Long time. Photographed them the first time in 1993 in Belgium. I've shot them in and around 150 times now, including 9 shows in their last tour.
That shot, we know when Gord passed, they used that shot a lot, right?
Yeah, with the tube. Yeah, that was pre-shoot for Phantom Power. Yeah, before they went on tour for Phantom Power.
and you were on tour. You had the privilege of being able to take some of the shots from some of their shows in that final tour too.
Yeah, I photographed out in the beginning of the tour out in Vancouver, all the way around to here, including the Hamilton show, the Toronto shows, London.
Can we bring up the Hamilton show ones? Okay.
Oh, there's a Hamilton show.
Okay, so this is the last show at First Ontario.
Yes.
Okay. What was that experience like for you, being a fan but knowing the guys too?
Wow, it was tears every night. That's a fact. Yeah, it definitely hit me emotionally, but still trying to make sure I'm looking through the viewfinder and paying attention what's inside the viewfinder and capturing the moment.
Do you know when you're able to capture that moment? Like, or do you just kind of just take as much as you can now that in this day and age with digital, and then you go back and...
I'm always thinking. I see guys shooting and they're just pressing on the shutter. I'm thinking. Usually you can feel it, but you don't really know until you get back to the computer later on.
And then you're able, I got it.
Yeah, and then there's that feeling of excitement.
A couple things that any of your photography, people can buy, right? And the best way to do that is by following you on your social media, specifically Instagram. Every single day, Rich puts out a shot. How many days in a row now have you done it?
Geez, I'm almost 2 full years. I haven't missed a day since September 22.
So Richard.Beland, at Richard.Beland, that's your Instagram handle, so follow them there. And also, coming up, you have a show.
I'm working on a show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something big.
Okay.
Soon to be released.
And you have 2 special people you want to say hello to? Look right down the...
Will and Olivia.
Hey, Will
I love
Olivia.
you. Hi, guys.
Thanks. Great having you on the show, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah!